January recap. And you gotta really be careful about group dynamics because you don't want to step on any toes. I'm trying to figure out how much I want to say. The tea is hot.
That was in elementary school when I first was introduced to work.
I'ma just tell you, screw it. That was my little parting gift to all of them. Like, what's the big deal about January? I can't take it no more. I was tore up, y'all. I like athletes, I'm not gonna lie. But y'all, he did me so dirty, he don't even get a name no more. I was genuinely hurt, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was weird, but I guess mama's boys do that, and don't ever take it from me. Leave that mama's boy alone. Anyways, let me sip my tea on that one. Oh my God, I need to go to urgent care. This was not the plan. I'm on plan C, I'm not gonna lie to you. He had said, I hope you don't think you're going to school in Texas because I don't know who you think is gonna pay for that. I know I'm talking in riddles, but yeah, y'all.
What's up to all the ladies in preview?
She moved out of state and shit that went left. She seeking forgiveness. She want a loan, start up a business. Her daddy is not around.
Hi y'all. Welcome to my vlog. Sorry, I am feeling a little bit under the weather. Why I'm sick is a story for a different day. But y'all, I gotta make myself some tea, some cookies for this recap because it goes crazy. No free promo, but if you ever have a sore throat, try this tea. It's called Throat Coat. It tastes like dirt water, but it works. Just drink several a day. But the tea is hot for you guys, and we are going to get into a January recap so that I can give you guys an update on my very first month in college. My very first month in college was January of 2024. It is currently January of 2025. You can see how far behind I am on my posting schedule, but I just had to give you guys a verbal story time recap about all the things that happened so that you're caught up to speed and know where I was mentally when I was filming these videos. Before we can even successfully fully start on my first month in college, we have to take that and rewind it back and talk about everything that went down before I even got to college. You can watch this video. I chose PV. There was some predicating circumstances that led to me ultimately deciding to go to school, deciding to move to Texas. Let's start. January 2024. The month before that is December 2023. You can watch this video to see my last week of being a teenager because I turned 20 before I even came to school. Birthday, and you can see my 20th birthday photo shoot here. You can see I filmed my last day working in the clinic. I did work as a clinic phlebotomist. I do have my notes here. I had my last day in town vlog. My sister's in that with a friend of mine, so I did not end up leaving. All these things were happening in my life. I was going to school, I was turning 20. I ended up with COVID. It was Christmas 2023 and we decided to go see The Color Purple in theaters, right? All of a sudden, I get my hot tamales and I'm chewing them. I'm like, these don't taste spicy. My tongue feels tingly, but it doesn't taste spicy. Take a sip of my peach soda. I don't taste nothing but fizz. And that's when I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to urgent care. Wound up being COVID. The next day, my mom was like, I'm feeling under the weather. It's COVID too. Then the day after that, my sister is feeling a little tickle in her throat. She does an at-home test. COVID as well. So we had Camp COVID before I even left for college. That was my little parting gift to all of them. A nice healthy dose of sickness, I guess you could say. I applied for school in September of 2023. I was literally sitting on the bedroom floor of my friend Brooklyn's apartment and I literally just started applying on Apply Texas. I didn't even tell her I was leaving to school till December. My mom and my sister knew immediately. Then I took a trip to Dallas and Houston, and when I was in Dallas, I saw my oldest sister, Tasia, and I told her that I got accepted into PV and that my dad didn't know. I had mentioned going to PV to my dad in September before I even got accepted. He had said, I hope you don't think you're going to school in Texas because I don't know who you think you'll pay for that. I just felt unsupported. I just did not want to tell him I was leaving. I needed people who were going to be in my corner, and not that he wasn't in my corner. He was just trying to give me a dose of reality of the cost, which I appreciate because the cost is definitely hefty. And I'll talk about out-of-state cost in a different video and what I would do differently had I planned better for this process, because this was not the plan. I'm on plan C, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm enjoying plan C nonetheless. I was literally going to get him a Prairie View bottle opener and put it under the Christmas tree. Mind you, I was supposed to leave January 6th. give it to him on Christmas and be like, surprise, I'm going to PV. Give him 2 weeks to be like, oh, I'm leaving. I didn't want him to have any time to back me out of the decision I already made. I come in the house one day and my car needed fixed and his friend was going to fix it. And so I was like, I need it fixed by January. He was like, January? You saying you got to have all this stuff done by January? And I had a long list of life stuff that I needed to have done by January. He was like, what's the big deal about January? So I was on FaceTime with my mom. I was like, Mom, should I just tell him? He was like, tell me what? I was like, I'm leaving for college in January. He was like, you're going to Washburn, which is a school in my hometown. I was like, no, I'm moving to Texas. He was like, oh. So he ended up getting a little time, but he was literally one of the last people to know. And then a big part of my December and January was telling people that I was leaving for college. This one particular friend, everybody in a friend group refers to him as Nameless. Y'all, he did me so dirty, he don't even get a name no more. Nameless. Now let's talk about January 2024. I brought the year in eating grapes under the table. Hi YouTube.
What's up?
This is my lovely sister. We're underneath the table.
Not you dropping the grapes? Wait.
We got our bowls of grapes. 24 is going to be a movie.
It is.
I love you so much, sissy. We just got done. She's almost done having COVID together. So.
Yes.
Through thick and thin.
Through thick and thin.
With my fresh belly button piercing, which you can hear all about in this video. 2 days after movie night, I ended up getting on the road and going to Dallas. Mind you, I just had COVID. In Dallas, I was staying with my mom's friend. I just could not get up. Like, I was dog tired. I would stand up, lose my balance, feel super duper dizzy. It was straight ridiculous. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was in bed all day, sleep all the time. I would get up, but I could not stay up for nothing. Turns out it was very, very low blood pressure. So it felt like motion sickness, the dizziness. So he took me to the store. We got some chicken noodle soup and Dramamine. I was just taking Dramamine back to back to back. I just can't stand up. Something's not right. So as soon as I got to Houston, I went to urgent care. Turns out I had COVID residual plus an upper respiratory infection with low blood pressure. And if you know, normal is 120/80. My systolic was in the 90s. If I would have dropped a little bit more, they would have sent me into the hospital to get pressors and fluids. If you also know, I get really bad migraines. And what sets off my migraines for me is infection. What did I just have back to back? COVID and an upper respiratory infection. January, my migraines got set off super bad. It was such a challenge. But I had a good 2-week grace period after the upper respiratory infection kind of cleared off before my migraines set in, because that's just for some reason the way that my body works. So in that 2 weeks, the very next day after urgent care, my mom and my grandpa flew in to help me move. My mom helped me move in my room, and you can see my college room tour here in this video. The thing that I did a lot in January and I need to get back into, honestly, was going to Bible study with my church friend Desiree. We would go to Bible study or church and then go out to eat after and just recap. And it was just, I love our friendship. I need to reach out to her more and start going back to Bible study. I think school was supposed to start on a Tuesday, the Tuesday after Martin Luther King Day, but it ended up getting delayed because of the snow. It snowed here in Texas. So I just spent the day around Prairie View, like incorporating myself with the town. And I had my little first dinner in my room, which was a can of soup and a sandwich. Like, y'all, niche college stuff. Then I had my first day of school vlog, and by that time my migraines were back with a vengeance. You can see me give myself a shot in that video. They were so bad I dosed out on my medication and ended up having to go to the hospital. And then a big part of my January was finding my group. I ended up volunteering with a group of friends. We had 2 to 3 like social events. I really thought these were the people who are gonna be my bridesmaids and my groomsmen and my wedding. Like, we're gonna be friends for life. That's not how it ended up working out. Here's a little bit more about that in this clip. And I still don't know if another girl in the friend group liked him or not. I did not mean to step on any toes. In hindsight, maybe I did, but I don't think she does. But then we were all sitting on the couch at the birthday. It was squished in there. It was a lot of people. A slick comment was made. We were playing drunk Jenga. If you knocked it over, it was like 2 or 3 shots. Playing, you select a Jenga piece out, do whatever the Jenga please. One of the girls was like, ooh, girl, you better get her away from your boyfriend. I was like, oh, that's your boyfriend. And she was like, girl, no, she's just playing. So I thought she was just playing. I thought he was free grabs. People got there later than me and had to take more than 8 or 9 shots at the door. 8 shots at the, like, somebody was nice to Here is where I explain the concept of a doorbell party. So whatever number attendee you are at the party is how many shots you have to take. So I came to the party late because I had an assignment due at 11:59. The party started at 8. I didn't get there till 10:30, 11. So I was the 8th person through the door, so I had to take 8 shots. 9 person through the door, 9th shot. 10 shots. Yes, I understand that this was crazy, but again, like I said, this group can hold their liquor. I had never seen anything like that. If you are going to drink in college, be extra careful because it can be dangerous. That has been the second drunkest I've ever been in my life, and I was scared. The guy ended up having to walk me home, which I guess maybe could have contributed to more of the issue. 11th and 12th, like they got down, they could hold their alcohol. I was never a shots girl before that. I was a Cayman Jack girl. I'm still not no shots girl. I can get them down now, trust me. A year in Houston, I can get them down. My uncle got tickets to the HBCU Classic, and I saw him at the MSC one day, and I was like, hey, do you want to go with me? He was like, I love baseball. And he wasn't normally my type, but he's just cool people. So we really had this cool little friend date. We went to the city. He's kind of quiet, but yeah, he graduates this year, I think. After that, I went to the MSC one day with the group. The girls in the group were like, actually, we've decided we've only known you for 3 weeks, and we really kind of feel like you're a stranger, and we're not gonna share locations with you anymore or really be around too much. So I was confused because you told me that's not your man. I was genuinely hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I'll see them, but like I don't see them. And again, that was strike 2 of friends. I ended up striking out with 3, but that is not in the January recap. I say all that to say college, and I've talked to my friend Maya about this. It takes you some time to find your group, and you gotta really be careful about group dynamics because you don't want to step on any toes. And when you're new to the group, you don't even know somebody's toes out there. Bare, non-socked with no steel toe boot on. And if I can't see that your toe's there, I might step on it because I had no idea your toe was there. Another thing about PV is the closet situation. My closet fell off the wall twice and it stressed me out. Maintenance was not kind to deal with, trying to put it back up. I was also making friends in my classes. One of my friends in my class, his name is Key. He is great. I'm so happy for him. He found his girlfriend and they are so cute. When I met him, we had English class together. If y'all know me, like on the real, y'all know I'm a sucker for guys who smell good. This man would come into class every day smelling good. My dad always smells good. He's got like a cologne addiction. If you know, back in the day, my YouTube channel was started off Bath and Body Works videos. I'm my daddy's daughter in that sense. I came up to him one day. I was like, oh, do you know how to do this assignment? By the way, do you have Snapchat so I could like, I'm trying to be sneaky, but really he just smelled good and I just hate cool people, like really cool people. We were kind of just getting to know each other at that point. Basically, it wasn't going anywhere like that. On a person-to-person basis, he's really a good person, like in his soul. Common ended up coming to our school, PV, and our English teacher said that if we went to his speech and we wrote a couple sentences about it, that he'd give us extra credit. Him and I had agreed to go to Common together, and it was Hump Day. Hump Day is like a big Wednesday celebration that they do here. Common spoke.
Actor, activist, and author, Common.
Like a black college in Prairie View showing what it is right now. Thank God for this warm embrace. It feels good to come here in Texas and feel this love. P-View. Let's do it. We coming here talking about And Then We Rise. That's the new book I just released.
And then he went into the MSC auditorium. He talked about his new book there.
That we're talking about is Dr. Maya Angelou had the poem Still I Rise. And Dr. Maya Angelou was one of the first writers that I just attached myself to and was drawn to. And later on in life, that was in elementary school when I first was introduced to her work. Later on in life, I got a chance to meet her and work with her and be around her and like freestyle with her and just have fun, like just get to know this person. So her spirit has always been something that has inspired me and been with me, her work. And Still I Rise had a revolutionary tone to it. And Then We Rise It's a self-help, self-love, self-care book, but it's revolutionary. And as you said, Dr. Teresa, so much of the forces that exist within our country and within our world don't inspire us to love ourselves and to be our greatest selves.
He had to leave to go to class, so but it was just great. We had a really good time, and our English teacher ended up seeing us there together. And our English teacher ended up putting us on full blast and told the whole class, yeah, I saw Andrea and Key there together watching Common. Like, the whole class was turning around. I was like, dang, he put us on the spot, y'all. But he ended up getting fired. That's another story, not for the January recap, but stay tuned. So Nameless invited me over to movie night, watched a movie with him. We met through my friend Brooklyn. She had a friend, and they play basketball. Y'all, I like athletes, I'm not gonna lie, but I have to give them a break because it's like whooping me. Okay, so we met through Brooklyn. We're gonna call them Nameless and Nameless Homeboy. So Nameless Homeboy knew my friend. We went to a party in March of 2023. We get there and he was like, you don't act like you're from Kansas. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you just don't act like a girl from around here. I was like, oh, well, I just spent some time in Houston. He was like, that's why you act so familiar. He ended up being from Houston, the same neighborhood that I was living in, was so similar. Like, I'm a big Longhorns fan. His family goes to the Longhorns games. His parents are, I'm trying to figure out how much I want to say. His parents have a church here in Houston, and I thought that he was like one of the good ones, but you know, I wasn't trying to perpetuate stereotypes of him being a pastor's kid. I thought that was safe because I'm friends with a lot of pastors' kids, and I just didn't think he would do me dirty enough to deserve a name like Nameless. We start talking about everything Houston. We met, we went on a date. I hadn't really talked to him the whole summer of 2023. He came back and was like, I'm back in your city. Who cares? These are the list of responses. I can't just go back to Houston for the summer, not say anything, and like act like it's fine. So then October rolls around. We start getting really close again because it's like Halloween. So prior to this very night, which is the night of the Halloween party, he was blocked for a number of reasons. A lot went down at that party, and he got back in communication with me because he was trying to check on me because the security ended up tear gassing the whole of the party. People were running. It was very dangerous. People started shooting. It was a lot. So he just contacted me to make sure I was safe, and that's of course how we got back in contact with each other. I felt the need to tell him I was going to college, so I planned this whole really cute 3-part date. So the first part of the date was like this drive through Christmas lights because it was December. It was $25. We missed it. Then I was like, we're just gonna go someplace as a surprise, wear socks. I was gonna take us ice skating because I'm literally the cutest person ever. We pull up to the ice skating car garage. We have 10 minutes. They won't even rent us no skates. We're coming out the parking garage. We get stuck in traffic for like 45 minutes. I was like, can I tell you something? And I was like, nah, never mind. I don't want to tell you. It might make you feel some type of way, so I don't want to ruin it. I'll just tell you after. I'm going to just tell you, screw it. He's in my passenger seat, so he's angled towards me. He's listening. I'm going to PV, and he literally goes like this. No. I was like, why you? He was like, because like I know girls who are more centered in their faith than you, and they went to PV and got turned out. And he was like, I just don't want that for you. You're a good girl, blah, 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 blah. And there is a reputation that women who go to PV are a certain type of way, heightened level of promiscuity. 3-part, right? Bowling. We pull up to the bowling alley. I'm like, why are there so many cars here? We walk in, I see a couple lanes. I start getting less worried, right? Then I go up to the counter. I was like, can we get a lane, 2 games of bowling? He was like, yeah. You want me to add you to the wait list? I said, what wait list? I was like, there's open lanes. He was like, oh, you must not know, ma'am. I was like, no, what? He was like, it's league night. Those lanes are reserved. I wanted my mommy to stay the night with me in my dorm when set up, and I think she stayed 1 or 2 nights with me. I love her for that. I told her it was a tradition. Every time you're just gonna have to come and help me move in. There's no other way around. It was a lot of hard work moving in this semester, which we'll see in season 2 of the College Diaries, which is yet to come out. She helped me set up, and I ended up talking to Nameless, and I was like, I just had to, you know, have my mommy help me set up in this video. As a plus, I made her stay the first night with me, you know, because of course that's my mama. You gotta stay with me, right?
Right.
Real bad
Real bad.
video. And he replied to it. He was like, your mom stayed the night. Like, I wish my mom would have done that. But mind you, he had a twin XL. Ain't nobody's mama staying in a twin XL. Like, and they're from Texas. They went from Texas to Kansas and moved this boy in. And I really like this boy because we had a lot of similarities. Like, I'm a mommy's girl, and I would tell him, like, when I came back from Texas, I'm mama's bed. I'm not coming home to be in my bed. He was like, I feel the same way. Every time I come back to Texas, I tell my dad, get a couch and a blanket because I'm sleeping in my mama's bed right next to my mama. I thought that was weird, but I guess mama's boys do that, and don't ever take it from me. Leave that mama's boy alone. You know, I'm at my big grown age. I was 20 at the time, still sleeping in my mom's bed. And when I went home for the summer and when I went home for winter break, 21, guess what? Still in my mom's bed. But you as a man, the standard is different. Get out your mama's bed. Let your daddy have his spot back, man. No, put your daddy out on the couch. Don't do that. He was a big part of my life in January. I really wish I would have left home at home, and it ended up biting me in the ass.